Mtazamaji wa Mugambo TV, leo ikiwa ni siku ya Jumapili, ambaye ni aliyekuwa naibu wa rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya Rigathi Gachagua aliweza kupokea the first time that Rigathi Gachagua was heckled and chased from his own county, or let me say from his own hometown. Now, taarifa zimeenea, a lot of things and speculations have been made in regards to why Raila Amolo, and I mean in regards to why Rigathi Gachagua was heckled in Nyeri town, and who really heckled Rigathi Gachagua, who was behind the goons that are said to have been hired and had been carried to at the ACK church in Nyeri town to chase Rigathi Gachagua and make sure that Rigathi Gachagua does not address the people of Nyeri town. Now, this is what is happening. Yesterday, we did a video, and in that video, I explained to you how President William Ruto communicated with the Mount Kenya members of parliament after hosting them at the State House. They were given money and they were told to mobilize the ground for President William Ruto's upcoming tour in the Mount Kenya region. Now, apart from that, President William Ruto gave them another order, and this order has been effective for the last few days. The order is to make sure that Honorable Rigathi Gachagua does not continue having a platform to share his political opinions around the Mount Kenya region. I shall remind you that last week on Sunday at the ACK church, Rigathi Gachagua was cut short, and he was made, it was made sure that Rigathi Gachagua won't speak in a church event that was happening at the ACK church in Jogoo Road, Nairobi. Are we together? Now, that happening itself, it proved that the ACK church had been compromised, because the Archbishop of the ACK church, Jackson Ole Sapit, took to the podium and said that no politician should be given a space in the ACK or the Anglican churches all over the country. And Rigathi Gachagua saw it's best to attend an ACK church event, the Anglican church service in Nyeri town, together with Martha Karua and the former Nyeri town member of parliament, that was Ngujiri. Now, Gachagua didn't speak in church, or nor was any leader allowed to speak in the said church event. But Gachagua was planning to have a stopover in Nyeri town to address the people of Nyeri town. And a lot of people were waiting for Gachagua outside the church premises so that he would speak to them. But when he got out of the gate of the church, a multitude of young men, dreadful, came out to attack Rigathi Gachagua. Now, I shall go back to what happened last week. When Gachagua was denied a chance to speak at the ACK church, the reason for him being denied the mic is because Gachagua would have destroyed President William Ruto's recent tour in the Mount Kenya, in the Nairobi County, which saw a lot of things happen under that tour. Ruto termed it successful, but we all know there was no success there. Those were hired hooligans that were attending those meetings. So the next day, Gachagua, after being denied that chance to speak at the church service, Gachagua went ahead to call Kameme FM and Kameme TV and buy airtime so that he would address the nation in the morning show, which he did. He addressed the nation and exposed President William Ruto and his Kenya Kwanza administration together with Raila Amolo Odinga in a very broad perspective. But things turned out different, because the following day, where Gachagua expected to carry the whole week being the topic, the following day, MP Didi Nyoro called a press at the KICC. The press countered Rigathi Gachagua's influence. So Gachagua was supposed to counter Didi Nyoro by attending a burial service in Kiambaa constituency, which he was supposed to speak there. But when the people of Kiambaa, or the member of parliament of Kiambaa and the government of President William Ruto got rid of that, They hired goons and sent them where? To Kiambaa to wait for Rigathi Gachagua. When Rigathi Gachagua sent his people to the ground to inspect and see how things were, he received intel that goons had been hired, Mongiki had been carried, and they had been taken to Kiambaa and they were waiting for him. So Rigathi Gachagua decided to call off his attendance of the said burial. So Gachagua akatulia. He waited for today when he was supposed to speak. But now they also got word that Gachagua was attending the church service. Duncan Mathenge, the member of parliament of Nyeri town, together with Wahome Wamatinga, the senator of Nyeri county, together with Duo Mathenge wa Goku, who has been playing the card of being a pro Gachagua, but he was given work to serve under President William Ruto's administration. So they hired goons. The Maina Jenga goons were there. They awaited Rigathi Gachagua's exit from the church. When he was supposed to make a stopover, stones, heckling, wakamwambia jaribu utoke. Remember, Gachagua and the governor, Gachagua is supported by the governor of Nyeri County. He is supported by a lot of people in Nyeri County. And that tells you that this man has a saying in Nyeri County. But how couldn't they get the widow of the planning? And why didn't they have people on ground to also fight back the intimidation that was coming from the people that were speaking, the hired goons that were opposing Rigathi Gachagua? It's because Rigathi Gachagua and his team, they believe that they have the crowd, so they don't deserve to hire anyone. And that is where it goes wrong. You have to mobilize. Hata kama unapendwa aje, you have to mobilize because things can turn south. So yeye hakuwa na watu wake, wenye walikuwa pale ni kina mama na watoto na wazee wa kanisa ambao walikuwa wameattend ile church service. And those couldn't fight those goons. Those goons wanakujanga na mashete, wanakujanga na nyundo, wanakujanga na silaha zote. So Gachagua at his hometown, President William Ruto is saying echo, is saying congratulations to Wamatinga and Dan Mathenge for doing that, for showing Gachagua that he has no say even at in his own county and in his own hometown. Remember the upcoming tour of the president, he wants to have the upper hand. And Gachagua getting any chance to speak to the public will make the tour of President William Ruto a living hell. Because Gachagua mnamjua, yeye akichukua mic huwa anaropokwa tu. So the president doesn't want that. And they have been given order, specific order, to make sure that any event that Rigathi Gachagua tries to attend, the intelligence is being gathered by the NIS moles planted within Gachagua circle, wana feed their intelligence to the leaders, and then the leaders mobilize a counter of Rigathi Gachagua's events. Yeah. Na hivyo ndivyo itakuwa mpaka rais amalize nini zake eneo la Mount Kenya. What can happen is if Rigathi Gachagua also starts to mobilize. You know, Gachagua doesn't use money. Kama kuna mtu ambaye ni mchoyo, let me tell you, Gachagua doesn't use money. He believes that he owns the crowd, so he doesn't deserve to use money. But I tell you, if he wants to get a chance, he must use money. Bwana wakiaya goons, pia we haya goons. Hawa watu, they are determined to make sure that you don't get a space, you don't get the airtime. Ukienda uongee kwa TV, not everybody ana watch TV nowadays. Ukiongea in Kikuyu, not everybody understands Kikuyu. You need to speak in the language that everybody understands. If Ruto knows that the language that you understand is the language of violence, then why don't you respond with the same language? That's it for now. What is your take? Make sure una subscribe hapa ndani ya Mugambo TV. Subscribe.